Welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited to show you guys a car that I had just found here in Ohio. I've been looking for this car for a long time, and I can't wait to show it here on the channel to you. We'll go around the car, we'll check out some of the spots on it, we'll talk about the future plans of it. But stick around, leave me a thumbs up and a comment, tell me what you think. Well, let's get into the video. We found this car on Facebook Marketplace, literally hiding in plain sight. Are the deals still out there? Hell yeah. You just gotta know where to look, and you gotta be persistent with what you're trying to find. So what we have here is a 1990 Ford Mustang Coupe. Now this is a 5.0, 5-speed, original V8 car. And it may not look like a lot to you. It may not be that nice, but it's mine. And it's here in Ohio, and you gotta check this car out because what you see right here isn't the only thing it's got. So this Ford Mustang Coupe is a special edition car. And if you already didn't notice it, some of you guys might have seen it when I was bringing the camera around, but this is an ex-police vehicle. This is where the light used to come through and shine a high beam. When I bought the car and I inquired about it, the gentleman had said it was an original SSP, but I immediately, as soon as I got it home, I checked the VIN code on the car to make sure it was an E code. And I actually did a Carfax on it. I ended up finding out that, it was in fact titled and registered as a police vehicle. Now, since it was a police vehicle, and according to the Carfax, the car has seen about 95,000 miles from 1990 when it was registered to the police department to 1994. And in 1994, it showed that it had a little bit of a front end damage, which makes sense here because this looks like an aftermarket bumper, and you can see how the core support has a little bit of a bend to it. All right, so what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna go around and I'm gonna show you the car a little bit. Since I found it here in Ohio, I gotta check the structural damage of it, if there's any at all. As you guys seen this video that we brought out with the white GT that we brought home, it was in such poor condition with rust that it almost fell off my lift. But the nice thing about this coupe, it doesn't suffer from that problem. You can see that it had the areas where the lights used to be for the SSP. You guys already seen the light over there on the pillar. The one issue that the car did have is it was driven a little bit last year. The hood did fly up and it did damage the cowl, but this isn't real bad. I can actually get this fixed. Not too much of an issue. So there's definitely some things on this car that it's a dead giveaway that it's an SSP outside of the Carfax itself. So if you were actually looking at a coupe that was an ex-SSP, normally there would be light bar holes at the top. If it has a glove box, there's usually a DSO tag on the back. You can see the actual cream color that used to be sprayed on the car. Since this car was from Florida, the back half of it was a cream color, and then the main body of the car was a black. Also, this car has 2 tags. These are called buck tags, and you can see it says police on it. Super excited to have this in Ohio. I want to go through the car real quick with you guys, show it to you structurally. It doesn't look like much, but it's mine. It's here in Ohio, and it's not rotting on the floor. Let's go check out the car and see how good it actually really is. We're going to check out the strut towers. As you can see, the towers are really, really clean for being in Ohio. I'm super happy about that. The core support, this would be a good donor for doing like a tubular front end to save it. I also have other front ends in my yard in the back that I could fix this car with if I wanted to go through all the spot welds. But driver's side, same thing. We're super clean. I don't think this car has seen a Ohio road yet, to be honest with you. Naturally, there was a light bar up here, so there's gonna be a little bit of a issue that I'm gonna have to deal with. Underneath the trunk, super solid. I had already had this up. We'll go through the car and its contents on another video, but there's no rust here. Everything's clean under here in the quarter panel. The doors are clean, don't have any rust there. Even the pillars look pretty clean too. So this is definitely the type of coupe I've been looking for. Not only is it an original 505 speed, but it's an ex-SSP collector car. So I'm happy to bring this to the channel. This is gonna be an upcoming build on the channel. You're gonna have to stick around and see what the future plans are for this. I'm telling you, there's a lot of really cool parts in here as we go through all the parts that came with the car. So I'm excited to look underneath of it and see how it looks structural wise. From what I could tell when I picked the car up, it was pretty solid, but we'll find out. Let me go get it on the lift here, get it up in the air, and then we'll take a peek underneath of it and go through it. Okay, we got our trusty light. Let's get under the coupe here and see what it looks like underneath, huh? The core support looks a little mangled up. You can see where it was bent right here, but it's not rotted out, so that's a very good sign. This would be a good donor for maybe a tubular front from the strut tower forward, considering this has probably been like this for a number of years, according to the Carfax. And of course, like I said, that accident happened like 28 years ago, so I'm not surprised that there's a aftermarket bumper on it. Mustang's Unlimited springs in it. Looks pretty stock, but it's not rotted. That's basically what I'm looking for. Towers, like I said, were clean. The floor pans. This is a big classic spot that they rot out. And that's the reason why this fender is bent out, is because of the mounting points right here. This just needs to be bent back, and the seam needs to be corrected for all that to line back up. But no big deal, right? Looks pretty good, huh? Check that out. Not a spot of rust on it. Isn't that crazy? Real nice floor pans. Even right here in the seam, this is another spot. This is a spot that likes to be hidden. That looks really strong. This car's got great bones. It's got great structure, even though it spent most of its life chasing cars. You know, you could put some good subframes connectors in this car, get some tubular stuff, or maybe even Team Z, and, you know, bring this car back to structurally sound. So let's go to the back here. Floor pans look really good. You know, like I said, the seam had a little bit of damage here, right? But moving on to the torque boxes, they don't look terrible. They're not pulling out right here at the spot weld, which is a good sign. There's a little bit of denting here. I don't see a lot of cracking. It's just from, and this is big right here. As you can see, not a lot of rust at all up in that seam. So, I mean, even the frame rails here where the subframes would go, pretty decent. Got a little bending from floor jacks and such in the past. But, you know, this is another seam right here that's real bad. That seam is nice. I like it. Up in here is always sneaky. You can see a little bit of scale starting right here, but that's okay. That's not rotted. That's just scale that'll just come right off, and we'll clean that. That's a hidden area in there. Very happy with that. The torque boxes aren't torn out, which is a good sign, a good thing. They would be torn off right here from their spot welds as well. But there is a little bit of issue with the torque box on this side. You can see it's kind of cut right here. They make plates that you can repair this stuff. This is just sheet metal. If it was tearing out, it would be up in here for the most part. I'm not worried about that. I can reinforce that, not a problem. So frame rails look really, really clean all the way up. Even in the area that I would put my anti-roll bar. Very, very strong car. You know, and it should be, considering it was from Florida. This is really clean. Look at that. Considering the last car I had here on the lift, that, like I said, that GT in that video. So yeah, here under the lip here, where I would just, I would actually fender roll it. Not bad, showing a little bit of surface rust from where the paint's missing, but we're gonna roll those anyways before we paint. You know, again, under the frame rail, underneath of the tank, all looks clean. So, I mean, this is, look at the rear bumper. It's not even that bad. So I'm really excited because now I have a coupe body that I could actually dump some money and time into and actually enjoy and do some work to it. Structurally, this car is in really good condition for sitting in Ohio. I found this car on Facebook. The previous owner had dropped the price a couple times. I made an offer at $4,000 and I ended up getting the car for $4 grand. Structurally, you're not gonna find a car like this in Ohio that hasn't been modified already. This is a perfect structural car to start doing my, you know, tubular front suspension, because that core support's in pretty poor shape. Do some maybe through the floor subframes or the bigger subframes underneath, put a nice chrome moly 10-point cage in. You know, we would definitely build an axle, much like my white car, put an anti-roll bar here at the top of the frames and basically make it a street strip car, stick shift with some of the cool parts that I have here on the channel. And, you know, make it look nice with the black side trim, you know, get a cage in it, get a nice interior in it. Like, I'm excited. This is definitely gonna be something you see here in the future. We're gonna paint it, we're gonna fix it, we're gonna make it happen. This car definitely needs a lot of TLC, and I'm just super happy to find it here in Ohio, not far from me. I finally got my SSP coupe that I've been wanting for a long time, so. All right, folks, you definitely wanna be sticking around the next couple of videos we got going on, as we are going to go through the car and show you some of the stuff that it actually came with. Which this was somebody's project car for a number of years. So, you know, there was some really good stuff that came with the car that you didn't get a chance to see. Guys, are the deals out there in 2023? Well, hell yeah, they are. I just picked this car up a couple weeks ago. You know, if you're looking for a specific car, be patient. If you got a car that's in project form like this, get it off its jack stands. Start putting stuff together, make a little game plan, get that car running so you can enjoy it on the street. All right, guys, it's pretty much all I got for you for the video today. Again, we're gonna be going through the car and all of its car parts and figuring out what we're gonna do with it. It's definitely a big project for 2023, but the deals are out there, guys. So if you're looking for a certain car, don't stop, don't give up. If you enjoyed the content, leave me a thumbs up. If you haven't joined the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. Leave me a comment below, let me know what you guys think. I encourage you guys to check out that join button below as that is the channel membership. And members of the channel have perks to the channel. And I thank all my channel members for their continued support on the channel. But outside of that, guys, I just appreciate you watching the channel tonight. Thank you, and I will see you soon in the next video.